Gede dikit bisa.
Saat waktu berjalan, tumbuhlah aku dengan tujuan. Kau membawaku terbang di angkasa, melihat cahaya bersama. Kau mengajakku untuk terus berpacu, mengejar mimpi yang kita tuju.
Sejak negara berdiri, insinyur Indonesia lah yang ambil bagian sebagai pendiri bangsa, menjalin menjadi bangsa yang satu dan tak terpisahkan.
Kau membawaku terbang di angkasa, melihat cahaya bersama. Kau mengajakku untuk terus berpacu, mengejar mimpi yang kita tuju.
Menjadi bangsa yang kuat, bermartabat, dan mandiri. Membentang asa bagi tunas-tunas bangsa.
Mengalir, hidupkan, ciptakan senyuman, kedamaian untuk semua manusia.
Menghantarkan mereka meraih puncak prestasi tertinggi. Meruntuhkan belenggu, menjadikan anak bangsa mampu menaklukkan dunia.
Kau mengajakku untuk terus berpacu, mengejar mimpi yang kita tuju.
Menciptakan kehidupan yang layak
Mimpi yang kita tuju.
dan mewarnai dunia dengan tawa.
Mengalir, hidupkan, ciptakan senyum.
Insinyur Indonesia menghubungkan ribuan pulau, menyatukan negeri, menerangi pertiwi, mencerdaskan bangsa, menciptakan pekerjaan, mensejahterakan rakyat, dan membuka cakrawala dunia guna memajukan peradaban.
Manusia aku kini hingga nanti untuk kita semua. Kau dan aku kini hingga
Saya bangga jadi insinyur.
Saya Erlangga Hartarto, saya insinyur mesin. Saya Koyup Chandra Negara, saya insinyur kimia.
Saya Burzal Bakri, insinyur elektro.
Saya Pandri Prabono, saya insinyur mesin.
Saya Arifin Panigoro, saya insinyur elektroteknik.
Saya Hermanto Dardan, saya insinyur sipil.
Saya Bobi Gafur Umar, saya insinyur elektro.
Saya Muhammad Saididu, saya insinyur industri pertanian.
Insinyur Indonesia, ujung tombak kemajuan bangsa.
mengejar mimpi yang kita tuju.
Walk on, we have our courage on. We will not be shaken by this road less taken. Come on, this is where we belong. The world is beckoning, let's not keep it waiting. Come on ladies, let the whole world see the beauty of our brilliance. We're gonna make the difference. We will break every barrier and on. We will engineer a better world shine on. Our work will glow for eons, the world shining beacons. We're the rarest diamonds. Go on, we will keep going on. Nothing can stop us with the heart of the lioness. Come on, ladies, let the whole world see the beauty of our brilliance. We're gonna make the difference. We will break every barrier and on and on. We will engineer a better world. On and on, on and on, and on and on. We will conquer every frontier. We will build a better future. We are on the right track. There's no need to look back. Time to cast away your doubts. Time to make the world proud.
Well, actually, I joined the engineering fraternity by accident. I wanted to be either an accountant or computer engineers, but somehow they thought that I will make a better engineer. However, now that I'm here, I wouldn't change it for the world, because being an engineer helped me to be very clear on things, structured, and always look at the end result, meaning to say it is outcome based, looking at impact and all that. I remember when I first started to learn how to conduct land survey. We had to carry all the tripods and all that. My classmates, they didn't differentiate me, so I had to bring, and they treat me as if I'm one of them. But number one, we outside should portray that we are capable. Once we portray to them, oh, I'm a woman, I cannot carry this, carry that, I don't think they will respect you for that. So I'm not trying to say that we have to be men to be an engineer. It is gender blood. But you have to be able to send a signal that you are capable.
cakrawala dunia. Kami insinyur Indonesia, kami memajukan bangsa, mensejahterakan masyarakat untuk kemanusiaan semesta alam. Kami insinyur Indonesia, siap membangun bangsa.
Insinyur Rusnida binti Talib daripada Institusi Jurutera Malaysia, bahagian Jurutera Wanita, kini berada di Muzium Negeri, Seremban Negeri Sembilan. Hari ini kita akan memperkenalkan bagaimana pembinaan Rumah Tradisional Negeri Sembilan. Aktiviti ini merupakan salah satu program Minggu Sains Negara 2020 peringkat Negeri Sembilan, di mana Institusi Jurutera Malaysia merupakan rakan strategik bagi aktiviti ini. Sekarang kita berada di rumah ibu Istana Ampang Tinggi, yang mana di rumah ibu ini terdapat 4 tiang seri yang menyokong struktur bangunan ini, dan keunikan semua tiang-tiang di rumah ini adalah ianya merupakan tiang pecah 8. Dan kita boleh perhatikan di sini tiang ni mempunyai 8 bucu. Rumah ini dilengkapi dengan sistem pencahayaan dan pengudaraan yang semula jadi, di mana kita boleh lihat rumah ini mempunyai bukaan-bukaan yang boleh dilalui oleh udara dan cahaya. Di samping itu, tiang rumah yang tinggi juga dapat mengelakkan penghuni rumah daripada serangan serangga dan binatang berbisa. Keunikan rumah tradisional Negeri Sembilan ini dapat dilihat daripada ukiran-ukiran yang berunsurkan alam semula jadi. Ibarat pantun, sebilah pisau seraut, panakek batang lintabung, seludang jadikan nyiru, nan setitik jadikan laut, nan sekepal jadikan gunung, alam terbentang jadikan guru. Ini ialah serambi. Terdapat 2 jenis serambi, iaitu serambi pangkal yang mana digunakan oleh anak lelaki untuk tidur, belajar mengaji dan sebagainya. Manakala serambi hujung pula untuk pembesar-pembesar ketika berlangsungnya upacara adat istiadat seperti adat menyalang, istiadat kerjan, adat berkadim, merisik, bertunang dan nikah kahwin. Tidak seperti tiang rumah-rumah biasa menggunakan paku, rumah ini menggunakan kaedah pasak dan tanggap bagi pembinaan tiangnya.
Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning, good afternoon, or indeed good evening from wherever you are watching this particular broadcast. Welcome to the International Women's Day Celebration 2021 in conjunction with the World Engineering Day, where we together celebrate women engineers and their contribution to our society's well-being and advancement, especially in spite of the pandemic. Hence, our theme, Women in Leadership. This event is jointly organized by Indonesia's Persatuan Insinyur Indonesia and Malaysia's the Institution of Engineers Malaysia. And we are now broadcasting to you live from STEM for All Makerspace Studio Taman Mall USJ in Malaysia, as well as from the PII studio in Cikajang, Indonesia. My name is Rahmat Shazi, and I will be joined by a number of guest speakers and moderators for the upcoming sessions. Just quickly, today we will be joined from the Malaysian side by the chairlady of the Women Engineers section of the IEM, Insinyur Rusdina Talib. Of course, we will also be joined by IR Ma Siu Kien, who will be the moderator for the upcoming session. On the Indonesian side, I would like to actually call upon we'll be joined by the chairlady of the Forum Perempuan Insinyur, IR Hatifah Syafuddin, as well as the moderator IR Sri Hidayati. Perhaps we could actually quickly go over to IR Sri for a quick introduction. IR Sri, are you there? Can you hear us? IR Sri? Are we coming through loud and clear?
I'm here. Good morning, Rahmat. Good morning, Ma. Good morning, Ada.
Good morning. We could actually quickly go over to IR Sri for a quick introduction. We're getting
Are
a...
you there?
Can you hear us? Okay, we seem to be getting a repeat of the message that was sent out earlier. Coming through loud and clear. Okay, no worries, no worries. Yes. So, all right, so perhaps quickly, Suri, would you mind introducing the speakers and moderators from Indonesia?
Okay, I think from our side here, our speaker is a mining engineer by training, therefore her assistant in male-dominated industry. Curiosity on the end journey of each role in mining engineering led her to keep exploring challenges she has been facing. It brought a high reputation by her persistence, integrity, commitment, and dare to challenge parents. Lately, she found a passion in working with people, nurturing people for a mind-shifting mission on safety. That safety is not priority, as priority may still have any kind. But safety is a need because we still have lives out of our workplace. She's been awarded the best women in mining from the Indonesian Mining Practitioner Association in 2020 for her outstanding achievement. Here, I would like to introduce a woman with a strong self-determination that has contributed to the success of women in engineering and leadership. Please welcome Insinyur Retno Nartani.
Thank you.
Thank you, IR Sri. Thank you, IR Retno. Thank you,
Yeah,
Ibu,
2020
Hatifah.
for her outstanding achievement. Here, I would like to introduce a woman with a strong self-determination that has contributed to the success of women in engineering and leadership. Please welcome Insinyur Retno Nartani.
Thank you.
So it's amazing what Indonesia has actually achieved through its engineering
for her
initiatives.
outstanding achievement. Here,
So
I would
towards
like
that,
to introduce
so towards that,
a woman with a
we
strong
would like to actually
self-determination
invite
that has contributed to the success of
chairperson
women in
for
engineering
the
and leadership.
women's section of the
Please welcome.
Institution of
Insinyur
Engineers
Retno
Malaysia,
Nartani.
IR Rusdida Talib. So it's amazing what Indonesia has actually achieved. Ladies and gentlemen, it's engineering. Join me in
For her
welcoming
outstanding achievement.
IR Rusdida Talib.
Here,
So
I would
towards
like
that,
to introduce
so towards that,
a woman with a
we
strong
would like to actually
self-determination
invite
that has contributed to the success of
chairperson
women in
for
engineering
the
and leadership.
women's section of the
Please welcome.
Institution of
Insinyur
Engineers
Retno
Malaysia,
Nartani.
IR Rusdida Talib. So it's amazing what Indonesia has actually achieved. Ladies and gentlemen, it's engineering. Join me in
For her
welcoming
outstanding achievement.
IR Rusdida Talib.
Here,
So
I would
towards
like
that,
to introduce
so towards that,
a woman with a
we
strong
would like to actually
self-determination
invite
that has
We
contributed.
have a lots of activities starting from a talk show, okay, and then we will have a photo contest which is already closed yesterday, but we will be announcing the winner today, and then we have an online quiz that is called Kahoot quiz. Okay.
so thank you for that particular quick opening speech there, Rusdida. Just quickly, why is there a need for us to actually get more women into the engineering field? Is there a driver behind it?
Okay, perhaps that we already know that in the university level there are lots of girls or female joining the engineering, but in the field work the numbers is significantly reduced. So that is where what we are doing now. We are encouraging more and more people more and more ladies actually to stay in the engineering field,
Right.
to pursue their dreams. Maybe some of them we have a professional or personal goals toward the engineering. And then furthermore, it's like maybe we can agree that women is more cautious compared to the men.
As a man, I have to agree. Right, especially when you are involved in high risk, high value add industries like aerospace, and I'm sure over in Indonesia I'm not quite sure what is the current name. I think it's Indonesian Aerospace. It used to be known as Industri Pesawat Terbang Nusantara, I believe. Yeah, which spearheaded the development of the aerospace industry. We find that, and now here in Malaysia, the company Serba Dynamic has recently announced that they are planning to go into space, the space industry. And we are beginning to see that women play a central role, especially in ensuring that high risk situations are managed. Yes, because we don't want another challenger. Right. So for that, with that, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to actually thank IR Rusdida Talib for that particular very relaxed, very santai speech. That's what we call it over here in Malaysia. So now, looking at the time, we're actually on schedule right now. Let us take the opportunity to move on to the talk show that IR Rusdida mentioned just now. With that, we would like to invite our moderators, our joint moderators, Insinyur Mas Yukian on the Malaysian side, as well as Insinyur Sri Hidayati to be on screen to kick off our talk show. Over to you, ladies.
Okay, thank you.
I'd like to invite our moderators. But it's a talk show, so somebody has to start talking.
No.
To kick off our talk.
Okay.
Over to you, ladies.
Thank you. I can move, right?
Okay, I think we haven't get put through our speaker.
This one. You need this one.
But it's a talk show, so somebody has to start talking.
No.
To kick off our So sebentar ya, as IRMA gets up and tackles this, we have a slight issue with the microphone on this side. So we'll be with you shortly. Sebentar ya. So perhaps IRMA, so you're ready? Special guest speakers, both on Malaysia and Indonesia side. It's a talk show, so somebody has to start talking. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, over to you. Sorry, ladies, over to you. So sebentar ya, as IRMA gets up and tackles microphone on this side.
Good morning.
So we'll be with you shortly. Yes, please carry on.
Good morning and good afternoon from wherever you are. So here with me, we have a esteemed speaker. She's actually a lady aircraft maintenance engineer from AirAsia Berhad. It's very rare that we heard of a lady aircraft engineer. Actually, it's very rare that we heard of an aircraft engineer, no matter whether it's male or female. That's what I think. We do heard a lot about pilots that have more visibility, but we seldom heard about aircraft engineer. So rather than for me to introduce herself, probably Putri, would you mind if you can introduce yourself a little bit?
Sure, no problem. First of all, thank you for inviting me here today. My name is Putri. I'm a licensed aircraft engineer, also known as an LAE. I'm currently working under Asia Digital Engineering, which is a maintenance company that we service AirAsia aircraft. I've been an LAE for 7 years. It's my 8th year this year. So I've been with AirAsia for about 13 years.
Wow, a licensed aircraft engineer. Wow. Later we are going to look at what does that license really mean. Yeah? Can we just be a normal aircraft engineer? Okay. Over to you, Sri. Perhaps you can introduce your speaker.
I've been an LAE.
Hi, Sri.
7 years.
Hi.
This year.
Happy to have you
I've been
here.
with AirAsia for about 13 years.
I have introduced you earlier, so then I think this time
later we are going to look at what does that license really mean. Yeah? Can we just be a normal aircraft engineer? Okay. Over to you, Sri.
Bio of you, just to let the audience know and what you're what call it. Let the audience know from your side.
Thank you. Thank you, Sri. Thank you, Dr. Rahmat, and thank you all this committee here. Thank you also for the one who watched this session from Zoom or YouTube. I'm Retno Nartani. I'm the mining engineer. I've been in mining industry for more than 30 years and working with several companies since '87. I'm a mother of 3 and now still working in one of the big mining companies, Sinarmas Mining. And now my position is Director of Health, Safety and Environment. And I like to be assigned in HSE because it deals with people, which is we have, or all of us have so many procedures, but accidents still happen. So the challenge is how we make the people have a good mindset for approaching the work through safety procedures. Thank you.
Thank you, Ibu Retno. It's very interesting. I mean, the long journey in mining industry. Yeah? So I believe that we are going to have a very interesting discussion over here. So I think let me start with the first question from our side. So
have a good mindset for approaching the work through safety procedures.
Ibu Retno, your journey is, as I mentioned earlier, is very interesting one. Going back to 1987, when you start your career in mining industry, just after you graduate from ITB, right? Institute of Technology Bandung. Yeah, it's count 34 years, you mentioned earlier. until now, and you have metaphor from engineer to very strategic position. But this idea is the basic question actually. Everybody here and online is watching this right now. So what do you say about three determination that makes you loyal to this male-dominated industry?
Wow, that's a good question. I think it's challenging for to answer that. Okay, firstly, I don't know about mining. Maybe for the female or the girls nowadays, it's easy to know what is mining. But back in my uh, years, early years in '82, not many people know about mining. Then I just impulsively take the mining there and then mining, majoring in mining. Okay. Firstly, I don't because know about mining. Maybe, I think there will be female or the girls nowadays an environment with less girl, and not many of my friend or female friend consider about that to be a career or to be to study in a mining engineering. So my determination, I think, maybe I'm persistence in doing something, and then secondly, I'm curious. I was curious, or I've been curious. What is in it? What is in it? Whenever I joined the mining industry as a junior engineer, and then I was curious, what's next? What's next? And then move up to supervisor or to the senior mining engineer. I also asking what next. And then now, until now, I still have a curiosity. So maybe one is the determination, and then second is curiosity. Thirdly is I want to dedicate it myself in the mining industry because mining industry need someone who can show the good mining practice for the younger engineer or the practitioner of the mining industry people. Thank you.
Oh, it's very interesting. Three combination of those determination is very strong. So happy to hear about that, and I think it's very rare. I mean, understood that very a few of female involving in mining engineering until now. So we are lucky to have you in this industry.
Thank you. Thank you, because since I gain all those experience now, I think it's my time to pay forward to those environment who make me make me myself nowadays. So I have to pay forward through sharing all those knowledge or all those things that I've gathered through my career years.
Awesome. Awesome,
Thank you,
it's
because
great now.
since
Thank you.
I gain
Okay,
all those experience
let
now,
me
I think it's my
go to
time
Putri.
to pay
So
forward
I know Putri,
to
your
those
journey is
environment
no
who
less interesting.
me
We are talking about
make me
different
myself
industry. I
nowadays.
think Ma has
So I have to
introduced,
pay
give
forward
a sort of a
through
brief
sharing all
introduction
those
earlier.
knowledge
Also
or
yourself.
all those
So
things that
uh,
I've gathered
could you also
through
tell
my
us
career years.
what do you think? What do you have? I mean, what would be your what do you say about three determination that make you also loyal to this aircraft industry? I think Ma has introduced, give a sort of a brief introduction earlier. Also yourself, Putri. So,
Makes
could
me
you
so
also
loyal.
tell us?
I guess the job security at the moment, because first of all, there are not many places where one can go when it comes to licensed aircraft engineering. So, especially in the current economy, we have to look at where our job is the most secure and where, for me, where I get the most benefit, and also the working hours, because I'm also a mother. So for us in AirAsia, we work shift pattern. So right now I'm only working night shift. So in the daytime, I get to manage my son all on my own. I don't have to find a babysitter to take care of him. So there's flexibility and security. That's what makes it for me lah, currently.
Oh, okay. That's very interesting. Thank you, Putri. Um, I understand it to be an aircraft engineer is not normally the normal path. Like you go through SPM, STPM, matriculation, or you go to university, especially to be a licensed aircraft engineer. Can you share with us how do you actually end up choosing this path? Was there just by coincidence you become an aircraft engineer? Or was there a stand-up moment in time that, I want to be an aircraft engineer? To you, Putri.
If you ask me back when I was at school, I never thought that I'll be an engineer. I never wanted to be an engineer. But during my SPM year, I was one of those kids who grew up with no ambition, but when teacher asked what's your ambition, I would have an answer lah. But during my year, SPM year, few months before SPM, I thought, okay lah, this is it. Just push through this hurdle, do your SPM, and we'll see what happens next. I managed to score my SPM. Then my father was like, oh, you should do engineering or medicine lah. And I'm like, I'm not going to do medicine, thank you. So I applied for engineering. I applied for mechanical aeronautics engineering, and I got in. So I did diploma in UTMKL, University Technology Malaysia. So during my final year in university, I was thinking of where should I go next? Should I do degree, or what are the options I have with this particular course that I'm studying? So there's the saying that the statistics of people who studied that course and end up working in that course, the chances are is very low. So I was thinking I want to try to stay in the field. Then one of my lecturers was talking about this job, the licensed aircraft engineer job. So I thought this is interesting because I'm not interested with a 9-to-5 job where I sit in the office in front of the computer all the time. I'm not interested in that kind of job at all. So when I found out about this job, the timing was just right. During my final year, before my final exams, AirAsia opened up recruitment for the engineering training program. So I applied, got in, went for their assessment test. I went through 3 stages. There was 1 test and there's 2 rounds of interview. So I went for their first test. On the same day, I went back to my university, set for my final exam. And then after graduation, I think a few months after finishing my course, I got the call that I got the place, I got in. So it was really chance, coincidence, and very good luck, very good timing.
Wow, okay. A very interesting story. Yeah, to be an aircraft engineer and a lady, there must be a lot of challenges, okay? We'll come back to that later. Over to you, Sri. What about engineer at No? Mining industry is also not, I mean, there's not so diverse with ladies. So I believe that, how do you actually choose to become a mining engineer during your time rather than just become any engineers or a doctor or a lawyer or a teacher, right? That's what we write in our ambitions usually when the teachers ask us to write.
Thank you, Ma. Just now you asked Putri about whether that is an accident or something for choosing the university first, majoring in university. Actually, I don't believe there is such accident, but there is something bigger than us that draw us or maybe drag us to that area. So at that time, I was again I said that impulsively I want to choose something that not really being considered by girl. So again, I didn't know about mining, but one of my colleagues said, my friend said that we are in ITB, there is a mining engineering. And I was like curious, what is mining? So I enrolled that, and I enjoy when I was in university because the subjects are very interesting, and I was curious also, and uh, I was thinking that I want to work in either Sumatra, Borneo, or in Papua or Irian. This is island in Indonesia because I think the mining always in the remote area and the forest or the woods there is very, very rare, or people talking outside there that our forests are good. So I want to go there, and I want to explore also what is inside there. So I choose there, and then I also after I graduated, and someone offer me directly go to East Borneo. So I joining them, and I was like, well, this is something that I want actually. This is something that uh, suits to my personality, suits to my dream, and suits to my maybe because I'm also a bit like a tomboy there. And then when I joined that industry, since I was in university, actually also that is the male-dominated major, as well as in industry, the male-dominated area, and I think that is the thing that I want, maybe in my under consciousness, something like that. Right.
You found your passion, Retno.
I found my environment.
Beautiful. You should with the environment then. Okay, I think we move to another question actually, perhaps a little bit more serious. So Ibu Retno, I start with Ibu Retno first. Ibu Retno, being a minority in industry that you involve in so far, some of the challenges are probably to strip off any negative stigma related to women existent there. So probably for just example, being thought of as ignorance or join the industry actually to only prove that women can perform as men do, okay, and kind of those. So could you tell us, probably you can share what are your approach to tackle such a conjuncture then?
Right.
That now.
Thank you. Actually, male and female, I think the difference is in the physique only, but the capability, capacity, or if we have a willingness, actually our uh, competency is the same. Even men can do a women's job, but also vice versa, women can do men's job, something like that. Except giving birth. Yes, maybe during my journey in my career, I met some my male colleague that I would say like close-minded, not open-minded. So there was a question like that. Retno, you entering this industry because you want to prove that you are capable, right? And I just like ignoring, not ignoring, but I just smile there because still many of my male friend that accept me as a colleagues, as a counterpart, as a teamwork team member in their area. So actually they accept me respectfully, treat me respectfully, and that because of if we also treat them as what with what we want to be treated, they will treat us like that. And yes, some women have to be proof their capacity or capability. I think twice as much as men, because sometimes also still men that have a hesitation for our capability. But don't be afraid. It just needs some skill that, for instance, whenever we want to give the idea or throw the idea to the floor, for instance, of course, there will be questions. The question can come from male or female, but sometimes maybe us as a female thinking that that's come from the male. No, actually, that reaction or response can come from anyone. So we have to be prepared with the simulation beforehand. What the question that they will ask. So we have to prepare. So then, whenever we prepare, especially when we are a woman, they will see us that we prepare or we know what we are talking about. So we have to prepare for that.
Interesting book. So basically, we have to prove that we are as capable as men, yeah, we are.
Yes, indeed, true.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Thank you, Bu Retno. Putri, may I go to you with the same question? So, are you having this kind of actually issue in your industry or probably environment that you have been involved so far?
Yes, in the beginning,
And
of course.
probably you can share also to us how you tackle this kind of conjecture then.
Yes, sure. In the beginning, especially in my apprentice years, where I was still in training, because number one, I'm a girl. Number two, I'm so small. I'm so short. So there are reservations, there are hesitations, but never in a very negative way. At least they don't do it to my face, lah. But what I experience is because majority of my workforce is male, most of the time I'm the only female in my shift. So there's a sense of protection in that sense where they're worried if I might get hurt. And another sense is they are thinking whether I can do it or not. There are few years during my first few years of apprenticeship. So in our licensing, there's airframe and engine, and then there's electrical. So most of the female engineers before this, in the early years, most of them are electrical. I'm taking airframe and engine. So at those first few years, I kept getting tasks for electrical stuff, which is not my trade, which is not what I'm training for, not the license I'm studying for. So I was a bit demotivated a little bit, but I just kept pushing, keep doing the tasks that whatever they gave me, I do. And then after I'm done with that task, I will go and follow other people's tasks, which are doing the engine and the airframe stuff. So I just have to keep pushing through. I just keep showing them that you've never assigned me to this job. How do you know I can't do it? I've never even tried before. I don't even know if I can do it or not. So it's the convincing them that give me a chance, then you will know whether I can do it or not. There was a time where there's this one particular engineer, he never spoke to me. He was the lead at that time. So the one who always assigns job was always someone else. Until one day, he came up to me. When he talked to me, he usually doesn't look me in the eye. But that one day, he came to me with a manual printout. Okay, Putri, you go and do this. So at that time, I was like, wait a minute, what just happened? Even the guy who was assigned to do the task with me was my senior. He said, he asked you to do this? So that was the day I'm like, okay, I made it already. So they have accepted me there already. But now I don't see any discrimination because we see people as the individual. We don't look at their gender. Especially for me, if you ask me to think of who can do a good job, who does the subpar job, it's never about gender, it's about the individual themselves. So if you paid your dues, done everything that you can, work from the bottom up, people will recognize you for what you've done, for who you are, and they don't look at your gender anymore.
That's very true, Putri. When people know you, they don't really look at your gender anymore. They didn't define you by gender. But let's put it that way. Before you know a person, gender does matter. And also our looks. So being petite, okay, yeah, we can consider Putri petite. And yeah, a bit smaller in frame. You know, that is the face of real engineers, women engineers. We don't have to be strong, big, Incredible Hulk, right? But probably we can understand probably the exposure that you get. You always see women engineers who are a bit broader. Probably as we grow older, we become broader. I'm sorry to say that. Putri is very young here. She's Generation Y. Yeah? Okay. Sorry, I can't actually dwell on the age of a woman. Okay. So yeah, thank you very much. Okay. So we will look at our next question to the Putri. So currently we are in the COVID pandemic. So this is the first time we try out between Malaysia and Indonesia, where we have 2 studios currently running, and we have our speaker who call in from Bandung. Later we'll have a Kahoot quiz that's actually from Perak. So how do you actually deal with this pandemic? Most of us are working from home. I'm not sure about your profession. And then there was a time that all the babysitters, they can't operate, the taskas are closed. So can you actually share with us how do you cope in this? Because for a normal career like a teacher probably is easier, but for your job, which is crucial, can you share with us?
I think we all go through many different experiences due to this COVID situation. I obviously cannot work from home because my office is the aircraft. There's no way we can bring the aircraft back home. So our work went on as normal. I work 4 days and off for 4 days. I work 12-hour shift for a night only. So I work 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. the next day. In terms of babysitter, I have no problem because I take care of my son. But I do live in the same building as my sister. So if ever, like today, I have to go into the society during the daytime, either my husband takes care of my son on the weekend or my sister is around. When it comes to work, I would say work goes on as per normal, but the type of task and the pressure at work is different already. Back then, we had to prioritize which task to do and which aircraft needs to go out first, so the time pressure is there. Now it's like there's no time pressure, but then there's no flight, but it's a different kind of task because we have the aircrafts are in parking or are in storage and a few are on standby for flight, so it's different tasks. It's like we're doing things that we've never done before. In my 13 years of working before this, it's all different tasks now. And I think mentally it takes a toll also.
Yeah,
because of the current situation, there are many measures in place. We've heard about retrenchments and unpaid leave, and we have that going on also. So, and manpower is lower now because we have to keep the number of people at work low due to social distancing. So there's all that different pressures coming in, replacing the previous pressures that we have. So we have to take it day by day lah. That's the only way to get through. Go day by day and don't worry too much. Even though it's not easy not to worry too much, but we just have to take it day by day.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Putri. Yeah, it's a tough, challenging situation for all of us. I'm sure all of us actually have some experience to say. Over to you, Engineer Retno. Could you share with us in your mining industry whether you are able to work from home or any differences before pandemic strikes and during now?
Thank you. Listening to what Putri explaining that she works at 9 to 9, and I was like, wow. Reminds me of the early days. Well, actually, being a safety person, I have to be able to face with people, because talking with people have to also observing their gesture, and then also how we deliver the words or the sentences that we want to deliver to them have to be physically meeting. But most of our mining sites are now also closed for the outsider. I mean, like I was treated like an outsider, so it's not because if they are not closed, then the rate of contagious will be higher. So what I do is using this Zoom meeting or Google Meet or something, but it's not easy for me to do that. So I have to deliver several ways for doing that. For instance, using social media or something. Okay, that is for me. But for my colleagues or my female engineers, the other female engineers, I think they have problem also. With the working from home, of course, they will send away their mates or assistants. So they have to do also the domestic course. Of course, that it is being assisted by or hand in hand with their husbands, but also they have to do that domestic course, as well as they have to do their own job they have also to be with the children for schooling from home, something like that, because most of the time that I observe, children is more convenient to be with their mom rather than with their dad, something like that. So I think that is the challenge for the women, especially uh, women engineer, female engineer, during this pandemic. So I also encourage that if there is a vaccination program, go for it, and then also encourage people to do it. So if we have the herd immunity and the situation of close to normal, not normal anymore, but close to normal, will be make everyone easier in their life.
Yeah.
During this pandemic.
Thank you, Bu
So
Retno, for the insight.
I also encourage that if
So
there is a
basically, the
vaccination
next
program,
question is still
go
related
for
to
it,
the
and then
previous one.
also
So
encourage
uh,
people to do it.
we
So if
we
we
talk
have the
about
herd
how
immunity
we deal with
and
the pandemic,
the
right? So
situation
then
of
basically this is
close to normal,
the
not
common
normal
knowledge
anymore, but close to
within the
normal,
women
will be
in
make
workplace, which
everyone
is the
easier in
challenge
their
that
life.
the most difficult challenge being a woman in workplace is balancing family commitment and career. So then you may have explained earlier some of the strategy to that, but and while I understood as your children has grown up and independent, you do not encounter this issue any longer, Ibu Retno, ya. But probably before pandemic and a couple of years ago, when your children still very young, and then you encounter this problem. What was your strategy to handle this actually?
Okay, don't worry, Putri, you can do that. You can have your good career, and also you can take care of your child later on to be grown up and independent children later. Okay, I can say that I'm grateful with my first employer because they provide me with the family housing on site. So, yeah. And that housing is only like 5 to 10 minutes away from the mining area, mine site.
Beautiful then.
It's very close, and that's enable me also to have a lunch from the mine site to my home, and then have a lunch with my children, or I pick them up from the school. So the bonding between me and the children at that time, I would say like that's best. As well, after working hours, although I have maid, but after working hours, I said to my maid that I will take care of my child, my children. So return from the work, I will cook for them. I will cook for my husband, and then we have dinner together. So that is the bonding. Uh, I can say that I make priority on the quality first rather than quantity, because yes, being a minors, the quantity to be with my children or my family is not as normal as other my friends, but I try to be in that less quantity. I have bigger quality for that. And yes, that I also thank for my maid, because my maid was so loyal to our family, and also she take care of my children very well. Then the children grown up very well also. I can say that I'm proud of them.
Wow. Wow, you are so lucky, Ibu.
Yeah, thank you. That's thanks God for that. And I believe that my friends and my colleagues, female colleagues, also can do that.
Thank you, Bu Retno.
Because what? Because a woman is gifted with the multitasking.
That's right.
Yeah, remember our mom. She has to take care of the children. She has to do the domestic chores. She has to do the all of the things that maybe preparing her husband to prepare to go to work, something like that. So that is the multitasking from us, the talent.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
Putri, you can do that. Multitasking.
Yeah, thank you, Ibu. It's beautiful story about your probably during your earlier career, Ibu. Yeah. So then, Putri, can I offer to you then what would be how's your strategy to handle this kind of balancing between a family commitment and a career? I understood that you are still having young children now, or young kid, yeah? So, if you share with us.
I don't know how Ibu Retno did it with 3 kids. I have one and it's exhausting already. I guess to the question of how do you balance work and your personal life, family life, to me that there's no right way or there's no wrong way to do it. You just do what works for you, adjust as you have to go. But because it's not perfect, you're never gonna be perfect. There are gonna be hiccups along the way. So like for me, it's not so bad when it comes to working hours because I have 4 days off and I only work nights. That's the reason I switched to a night shift, because during daytime I have more time spent with my son, but then afterward I end up being a zombie anyway. So we have to adjust here and there. There are days where I have no energy whatsoever to cook. Order out, it's okay. My son can eat McDonald's once a month. You have to adjust as you go. You cannot be too hard on yourself. Like I would say that as mothers, we are the worst at asking for help, but we are always helping other people out. So we have to ask for help sometimes and adjust as we go. And also it helps that my husband is running his own company, so his timing is a bit flexible. So if I come, like I get off work at 9, I reach home by 9:45, 10 a.m. So he leaves for work after I reach home, which is if you're keeping a 9 to 5 job, you cannot do that. You have to leave house by 8 o'clock to reach work on time. So it plays a part. The family that you have, the people you surround yourself with plays a part, your support system. And also just try not to be too hard on yourself, especially in today's situation. So I guess just take it day by day and adjust where you can. Accept that there are days that you are just not feeling good. Some days you're just off, you don't even want to get out of bed. And that's okay, because everyone goes through that once in a while. It's okay, it's just pick yourself up, keep picking yourself up. You fall down 7 times, you get up 8 times. You apply that at work and also in your normal daily life.
Okay, all of us have heard about the challenges of the women engineers, okay? Being an engineer and being women. I think it's time that we all would like to hear what are the strengths that women engineers bring to the industry, okay? Yeah, women engineers, I'm sure that we have a lot of strengths. And also, we would like to know how does your strength, how has this helped you gain the respect of your peers? Yeah, engineering is still largely a male-dominated industry. Yeah, Putri?
My strength. The easiest one that I can say is because of my size. There's a few times where the screw drop places that nobody else can reach. They call me to the rescue. Other than that, as we know, women are usually more detailed with stuff when it comes to certain things, a lot of things. So there are times where the task that we do repetitively all the time. So when we read through the steps, it's natural for us to sometimes skip. Okay, I know this one. And then there was a time when there was a new revision. I was like, oh, we have to do this one this time. I said, oh, okay, thanks for pointing out. So not exactly strength, like it comes to your individual attitude and how you do your work. So other than that, I would say the size lah. Other than that, we just do what we can up to the same quality, same level with the rest of our colleagues. I don't know if they have anything else to say, but never say it to me lah.
Wow, she's so humble, okay? So apart from the size, I think she has all the qualities that a man has, except for the size. I would put it that way.
Strength.
And
if
the
it's something
strength.
too heavy, hi boy, can you pick that up for me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true, okay? Women are usually more meticulous and multitasking. The same thing with all women engineers, despite our daily hectic world, while we have meetings late at night to bring to you today's program. Yeah, so, and also we get a lot of new award kids. You can see our audiences, our crews, and our MC, Dr. Rahmat, just now is the only thorn among the roses in our program show today. Okay. Engineer Retno, can you share about your strengths that actually, how do you actually gain the respect of your peers? I believe you do actually need to prove it before they accept you as an individual.
Okay. Wow, that's Putri, you are amazing. I agree. The size, I only 148 centimeters, so I was so tiny.
Okay. Engineer Retno. Can you share about
how do I
how do you actually gain the
earn
respect
the
of your
respect
peers?
from
I
them?
believe
Actually,
you do actually
not
need to
only
prove it
because
before they
me.
accept you
Actually,
as
this
a
is
individual.
we have all women. Whenever they manage something or they do something, they will do it. I agree with Putri that that is with the detail as well as with the heart. I mean the touch of the women. For instance, we are gifted with the good ears for listening.
Yes.
We are very patient in listening. And whenever our male colleagues talking or something have problem or we saw that whether they are doing something that not right, we can approach them with a women approach. So that lot of the time it works. Like Putri said just now that can you please do that for me? That is a male, but if we as a woman sometimes with the several words there for the opening, but not too long, and then later on that man can do that, can do whatever we want them to do. So gradually we will earn the respect from them that we are appreciating them from the heart. We are appreciating them from the things that unseen. For instance, I ever found out one of my subordinate that he was doing something that I would say like awkward, and I said, "Why did you do that? Do you have problem at home?" And he said, "Yes, my wife just having a baby, and every night the baby crying a lot. I didn't sleep well. Oh, so I have to switch those two subordinates. One that don't have the newborn baby, and with the one that just newborn baby. So with that kind of thing, they will appreciate us, and the respect will be there. Every night the baby crying a lot.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
didn't
it is
sleep
interesting.
well.
That's what we call that
So I have to
a gift for women with that
switch
kind of
those
stand, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
One
that's
that
right.
don't have
Beautiful.
the newborn baby,
Okay,
and
Buretno,
with the one that just
I would like to
newborn
jump to the
baby.
next
So
question
with
actually.
that kind of thing,
Based
they
on
will
research
appreciate
done
us,
by World
and
Bank
the
in
respect will be there.
2019, in Indonesia, mining sector women comprise less than 10% of the workforce. However, from this very small percentage of representative, you've been climbed up into top management position since a decade ago. So, what leadership means to you? Based on research
Leadership.
done by World Bank, yeah. In 2019,
Okay.
in Indonesia,
Leadership,
mining
I
sector
always
women
believe
comprise
that
less
leadership
than
is
10%
an integrity,
of the workforce.
because we have follower.
However,
Leader
from
always
this
have the
very
follower, right?
small percentage of
we have to have an integrity. Integrity means we do the right things, although people doesn't see us. And secondly is the commitment. Commitment means walk the talk. Whatever that we say, we have to demonstrate that in our day-to-day walking or day-to-day appearance. So, because the follower or the subordinate always see us, see the leader, and they always mimicking, not so much mimicking in their face, but mimicking, oh, our leader is always, for instance, compliant to that rules, or always
walking or
obedient,
day-to-day appearance.
always come punctually, always say whatever she said, and then she will do it. So that is the leader. Of course, there are something, there are some of the leadership criteria that we have to do, but I think the most important are integrity and commitment. So that will make our follower also looking at us with the respect. And also, before being a leader, of course we are a follower, right? So before we are being a good leader or trying to be a good leader, try first to be a good follower. Yeah. So if we don't, we never do the to be a good follower, it would not be a good leader also.
So I think there is a balance. If I may conclude that you are talking about balance between becoming a leaders and also becoming a followers to our leaders, right? And and I think the earlier you mentioned it's related to be to something that being a role model to our subordinate. Is that correct,
Yes.
Retno? Okay, thank you, Bu. So may I offer to you, Putri? I mean, I understood also in the craft industry in Malaysia, the percentage that women representative is still also very small. But then you also have a very fast career development in Malaysia. So would you share to us what leadership means to you right now? Okay, thank you, Bu. So may I offer to you, Putri? I mean, I understood
what
also
would I
in
want
the
my
craft
leader to
industry in
be?
Malaysia.
First of all, they have to have experience. You can't lead people doing something that you've never done before. You have to have you have to be compassionate, because you can be cutthroat, but at the same time you have to be human. You cannot cannot expect people to be a robot all the time. There's always a give and take. You cannot be too soft. You cannot let people climb on your head, but you have to be able to draw the line somewhere. And you cannot please everyone. Definitely, it's impossible to please everyone. But there's always you have to be flexible, give and take. You give them what your goals are and what they have to do to achieve it, and at the same time, if there are problems, if the people under you have problems, you should be willing to help out, to listen, to compromise, and work out what can be worked out, so that people come to work feeling like they like coming to work, instead of dreading to come to work because the leader is harsh or they don't like working with that person. So I believe you have to be experienced, you have to be knowledgeable, and you have to be compassionate at the same time. You have to be good and you have to be flexible at the same time.
Yeah, we all hope that we will have such leaders. Okay. Now I think it's time to get to answer some questions from our YouTube live comments. Okay. So I think we have some questions from perhaps a lady aiming to be an aircraft engineer, still students. Okay. So yeah, the question is still, can you share with these very few ladies was aspiring to be an aircraft engineer. Because studying is so hard already, some more so hard industry, how would you encourage them? And what can they do better in order to become a licensed aircraft engineer?
Okay, first of all, I'm going to be very honest here. First of all, why do you want to be an aircraft engineer? It's not a glamorous job. It's a dirty hands-on job. You don't work in the aircon. You work under the hot sun. So you decide first, why do you want to be an aircraft engineer? Are you okay with working in all these conditions? If yes, okay, do your research. This is where many people fail to find out about this job. They think they take a diploma or degree or master's and they graduate as a licensed aircraft engineer. 100% wrong. The easiest comparison I can give you is a pilot. You can have a master's in aerospace, but you cannot be a pilot. You cannot fly the aircraft. You have to have the license. To get the license, you start from zero. You go back to flying school with all the 18-year-old school leavers. So that's how it is for licensed aircraft engineer. The requirement is only SPM. Then you go for the courses. You study the modules according to the trade that you want, whether it's airframe engines or the electronic side. And then you go through all the modules, you go through all the exams, you collect your working experience. Like for me, I had to collect 6 years of working experience. Then you can apply for your license. You don't get your license after 6 years, you can apply your license after 6 years. After that, it's not over yet. Then you get your basic license from our government, the Civil Aviation Authority of Malaysia. And then, let's say you are already working in the airline. You have to fight for your place to establish as a licensed aircraft engineer in that airline. I was lucky enough because I was training directly under the airline, but for those who went to their own training schools, they have to fight for a place. Let's say the company said, we already have enough LAEs. So your chance of getting your license in the company is pushed back already. So let's say you secure your place to establish as a licensed aircraft engineer. You have to go for your type rating then. Like your first license is your basic license that you are studying for a turbine engine aircraft. So when you get into the company, not all companies operate the same aircraft. Like for AirAsia, we operate 320, 321. So you have to go for a type course, type rating course. And then you go for your oral, you go for your paper exam, which is 80% passing mark. It goes by different chapters, different parts of the aircraft. We have different number of questions. The studying part, there's no calculation involved. I did diploma in mechanical aeronautics. It was all calculation. In this field, minimal calculation, but you have to know the system. You have to understand the system. You know how it works. And then so if there's a problem somewhere, you should know how to troubleshoot just like that. So it's a lot of understanding and memorizing. But the exam questions, it's passing my 80%, right? There's one paper that only has 10 questions. So you only have chance to make 2 mistakes. So that's where the challenge is. And then when you pass all your exam, you have to go for an oral exam for that type of aircraft, which the oral assessor will ask you anything under the sun about the aircraft. If you get someone who asks you about every single thing, then it will take you a long time. And it also depends on the timing of your oral assessor. It's not, the timeline is not cut and dry. It's not like if you go to flying school for 2 years, you collect your flying hours, and then you go for exam, then you get for license. Ours is not so cut and dry. My whole batch, all established at different times. Because of that final hurdle of oral exam, depends on who you get, how much free time he has, and how fast you finish your oral exam. So all this takes years. So if you don't know what you're getting into, you'll be very demotivated and you'll be very lost. That's why I say, number one is why the reason do you want to be a licensed aircraft engineer, and number two, do your research. You have to know what it takes and what you go through to end up with the license. It took me 6 years to finally get my license, so it's a long journey lah. It's not like you finish your exam, you straight away get a job, and then you straight away is a licensed aircraft engineer. It's not that. The timeline is not so cut and dry. It's very subjective and it's a long way.
May I ask, 6 years is considered fast, right, compared to your peers?
Not exactly, because there's a shorter way, but you have to go to an approved training school, which we didn't because we were under AirAsia. It's considered medium lah, in the middle. Some people take longer, some people take faster.
Putri is actually incredible, okay? Women engineers section, we try to bring you speakers of various engineering industry to give all of you the exposure of it. So yeah, so we can know that to get the license, I would put it that way, okay, as the moderator for this talk show. I don't think gender, I do not look at it as a gender as an issue here. I'm sure among the men who are aiming for the license, I do think the percentage of them getting it is also not very, very high. So it's still a matter of who you are, what you want to do. Yeah, do your research first, and make sure that we know what we are getting into, okay? Actually, for every successful person that they put in a lot of hard work behind the screen. So do we as engineers, yeah. You see the aircraft flying, people talk about pilots, right, on the TV screen, but we engineers are always behind the scene. Yeah, but it's important, you know, without us. Okay, so Ibu right now, and Sri, would you like to take some questions from YouTube, please? For every successful person.
Sorry, Ma, I just would like to add on. I agree with you that it's more on, it's not about gender, but it's more about self-driven from everyone, yeah, whether it is man or woman, to be successful in their career or in industry that we involved in. So, Putri, it is very, I would say, accelerating experience learning from you. So perhaps we can move to the next question. It's coming from Rahmat. Sorry, this is coming from Dr. Rahmat Sazi, actually our MC. The question is, I think we can over this to Ibu Retno first, and then after that Putri. The question is, we keep hearing about the challenge the women engineers face. What about the strengths that women engineers bring to industry? And how has those helped you gain the respect of your peers? So, Ibu Retno, silakan.
Okay, what brings to the industry, right?
Yes.
Actually, same with men, same with my male colleagues. But again, I highlighted what Putri said there, that the aircraft is always on the air, not on the ground, right? So the engineer, whether there's female or male, have to be very, very meticulous, have to be very compliant to the procedures, have to be very, very meticulous there, because one fault can lead to accident, fatality. That is true for the aerospace or something that's not on the ground. Of course, not so much that the on the ground is safer. No, we have also to be meticulous for that. But the female is more paid to the details. So whenever the male and female being coupled together in the team, they will accomplish each other. Meanwhile, the male sometimes talking about the big picture or the I would say like broad brush scenario. Meanwhile, the female will think about the detail. Again, I ask you to think about that when we are also as a mom or as let's say sisters for our siblings. We always think about the detail, right? Whenever we will go traveling somewhere, look at your purse, look at your travel bag, you look at your backpack. Female always have many things that we are already thinking. That's the beauty of, that's the talent of us as a female. So we pay to the detail. That's why the composition in a team, whenever there is a female and male, that will be accomplish each other, and that will be making the team greater than before or than the ordinary team.
Thank you, Ibu Retno. I think we instantly over to Putri. I just got what we call that notification that our time is actually, our limit time is due.
The question was...
Okay, thank you, Sri. I think we will proceed with our final and most important question. Okay, Putri, what do you think we can do? How do we encourage more girls to be interested in engineering? Yeah.
I think the most important thing is exposure, because when I was in school, I have no idea about this job. When I was exposed to it, then I was interested in it. So they have to know what the options are and what's the nature of the job. Basically, just they have to be exposed to all the different kind of job in the field and what options they have and what's the path to lead to those careers. That's the best way, knowledge and exposure.
That's true, exposure, especially engineering, and I do believe that we need leadership roles also. They need to see that there is a woman, a lady aircraft engineer, right? If we see a profession that's all men, probably the little girls will just probably choose another profession, right? Ibu Retno, do you want to top this up before we actually pass back to the NC and end the session?
Okay. I understand that in some countries there is a culture about woman and men, something like that. But for our younger generation, especially who wants to pursue their career in engineering, never underestimate yourself. You are capable of doing anything when you have willingness to learn, to ask, and to seek, and open up or show yourself to the work there, demonstrate or doing something or write something in the social media, for instance, like LinkedIn or like a professional social media there, and then promote ourselves to the world that we are an engineer. And then being an engineer also, the range of job is wider and also interesting. Thank you.
Thank you, Ibu Retno. I think, I just would like to clarify. We have another question that hasn't been answered. I mean, apologize for that, but for sure, our speaker or us will answer the question offline if it is okay. So we got a question from Bayu Aryawan, actually from Kendari, Sulawesi Tenggara. Thank you for the question, Pak Bayu. So we'll come back to you after this. Ma, I think we come up to the end of this talk show.
Yeah. Yes, okay, thank you very much. We are coming to the end of the talk show. So I would like to pass this session back to our MC, Dr. Rahmat, to continue.
Yeah, for that I would like to...
Right, thank you very much, especially to IR Mas Yuken and of course IR Sri Hidayati for moderating that particular talk show session. We would also like to thank Insinyur Retno Nartanir, Director of HSE Corporate at Golden Energy Mines, and of course to Puan Putri Sri Nordiana, the licensed aircraft engineer who's with Air Asia Berhad. I don't think all of you saw earlier, but I noticed this morning we actually here in our studio we had IR Ricky Liu, who, for those of us who are in the aviation industry, look up to. So to have him here in the morning tells me, wow, Puan Siti Nordiana is definitely somebody that they are actually looking at. Just to have IR Ricky Liu here. And of course, as part of the leadership role, we would like to thank Ibu Hetifah. Even though we were informed that Ibu was not feeling that well, we really appreciate having you during this particular, or rather during the talk show just now. Just quickly, we would like to actually show our appreciation to Puan Siti Nordiana by inviting Insinyur Rusdida Talib, the chairperson of IEM's Women Engineer section, to hand over our cert of appreciation as well as a souvenir of this program. We would like to invite Ayah Rusnida on screen. There we go. Right.
Thank you
for everybody. Thank you, Ayah Rusnida. Thank you, of course, Puan Sri, Puan Siti, for being here. InsyaAllah nanti Puan Sri, maybe later on. Oh, sorry, Datuk Sri, not Datuk Sri. Right? So, okay, thank you very much, especially to all speakers and moderators. Right. So, shall we move on to the next session then, yeah? When we get the seat. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure a lot of you are waiting for this particular slot. We will now have a session on Kahoot. Some of you might be wondering, what's that? Those of you who do say, right, I'm ready. So to actually kickstart our Kahoot session, we would like to actually have on screen my good friend, Associate Professor Insinyur Dr. Zahira Niza from I'm sure you're still with University Technology Petronas, yes? Yes, okay, lovely. So, ladies and gentlemen, please let us have Associate Professor Insinyur Dr. Zahira Niza on screen to actually lead the Kahoot session. Over to you, Prof.
Okay, thank you so much, my old friend. Good to see you, Dr. Rahmat Iskandar Khairul Shamsi. So I'm calling you by the full name.
Wow, you remember my old name.
Okay, hello everyone. Happy International Women's Day. Today is a very good day for all of us, especially the women.
Associate Professor
So, good afternoon, selamat petang, selamat siang, sawadika, and all the good greetings for you. So today, enough listening, enough talking. So I'll bring you to a wonderful game, short one, not too worry, simple one. It's by the name of Kahoot. So what is Kahoot? So Kahoot is an online game. It's about two things. It's about the accuracy and speed. So as you're going to answer the questions, you need to make it right and you need to make it fast because the marks will be given by your speed and your accuracy. But we are only limited to 50 participants, so first come, first serve basis. So how do we go about? So these are the rules which I will bring you together with me. Number one, you will need, get ready with your devices, ladies and gentlemen. You will need to go into this kahoot.it at your browser. Whatever browser that you are using is okay. You are going to enter kahoot.it. And as you do so, it will show you this. So there, voila. So that is the kahoot.it. Then you got to wait for a while. You're going to wait for my second instruction because I'll be giving you the game pin. The game pin number will be displayed on the screen and you're going to put those into this game pin. So how does that page looks like? So it will look like this. You will be waiting for the game pin. Once I appear the number, then you're going to put it in. Okay. When you have log on, you have to register. But this allows you to bring two information, your name and your country name. So the short form of your country name is necessary. For example, Malaysia is MY, Indonesia is INA, for example. But your name has to also be shortened, but able for us to recognize because the maximum letters allowed is 15 letters. So don't you try to put your favorite actor or actress name, just your simple name and your country. Okay? And from there, we will be able to track the 3 top winners. The Kahoot will be able to count the marks and announcing the top 3 winners. And with this, you are going to come back with an e-shopping voucher. So tell me who doesn't like vouchers? Who doesn't like online shopping? So I do. So do you. So does you. And lastly, not to worry, it's not a stressful program. You can have these during your lunch. There will only be 7 questions. 7 questions to be answered. By the game, it has to be on accuracy and speed. Okay, so now go to kahoot.it. You are going to come back. Go to kahoot.it and you will be here. And very quickly, I'm going to bring you to the next browser on the pin number. 1, 2, 3. There you go. So the number pin, the game pin is 9559058 and speed. So I'll be waiting for you here, and whenever you have registered, I will see you online. So welcome in, Zach. Good to see you. Just like my name too. Hello, Zach. This is Zach as well. Come on, come. We'll wait for a while. We'd like to have more. The more, the merrier. And we want to win the e-vouchers. We love shopping, online especially. Welcome young Freco 9058. Okay, so I think we forgot to put your country name, but let's try. Try again if you want to make it right. So welcome. Otherwise, if you feel comfortable this way, then it's good. Welcome Aina. Welcome Vani from Malaysia. Hello. Selamat datang. Selamat datang. Sorry about that. Yeah, let's have more people, okay? Let's have more people. The more the merrier. Online. The more the merrier. Welcome young friends. We'll wait for a while. Don't you worry. I'm going to wait for you. So I think we forgot to put your country name, but okay. So we have Zeng MY. So nice name, isn't it? So Zeng MY, Malaysia JMY. Welcome Malaysia. Let's see from Indonesia. Come on, we're waiting for Indonesian ladies. Come on, guys. Come on. Kemari. Join di sini, gitu kan? Okay, maybe broken a little bit, but you know what I mean. And we have Minnie, the friend of Mickey Mouse. Thank you so much, Adrina. This looks very familiar. Thank you, Adrina. Khadija, Aifa. This looks very familiar names too. Come on, let's see. We want to have Indonesian from Thailand, from Vietnam, whoever around the world, especially in the group of Alfio. Come on, guys. Okay, so we'll wait for a while. We have 12 now. We'll wait for a while. Let's see. And we have Minnie, the friend of Mickey Mouse. Thank you so much, whoever. This looks very familiar. Wait for maybe a few seconds. Is it okay? We wait for your friends to come in. Come on. Hey, welcome, Liz, Malaysia. From Thailand, from Vietnam. We like to see from Indonesia. Come on, ibu-ibu. Mari, ibu-ibu. Ibu-ibu di sana, di pinggiran sana. Kemari. Okay, so Yongxin, welcome Yongxin from Malaysia. Thank you so much. Whoever, fine, good day. You just have to answer 7 questions. So why waste the opportunity? So let's try. I'll wait for a while. Okay, Rachel from Indonesia. Khadija from Indonesia. Good to see you, women, ladies. Thank you so much. Irene, welcome Irene. Let's see. Ines, nice name you have there. Welcome Ines. Who else? I saw something is popping. Where is it that I missed? Masamarang, welcome to Kahoot. Kahoot is just the, when you have OO, it will be Kahoot rather than the name. Okay, sorry about the glitches. We have MKMY, women, please. Let's see. Irene, welcome Irene. Let's see. Ines. Okay, so if we are here now, we have 18 participants. We have 18 participants so far. Masamara, we can start. Yeah. Oh, we have Nina. Okay, welcome Nina. When you have welcome Nina. Amir from Malaysia. Okay, we have 19. We have more. Let's see. Irene. Okay, let's see. Okay, so if we are here now, we have 18 participants. We have a few more now. Okay, well, let's wait for 20. I mean, it's 20 now. Oh, we have Nina. Okay. I think we shall start now because the clock is ticking. So ready, guys? Ready with the question? I'm going to click on the start button and we're going to see the questions. There are 7 questions for you to answer. We're going to start now. Okay, let's see. International Women's Day IWD 2021. 3, 2, 1. Question number 1. What date has been declared as the International Women's Day? Is it the 23rd June? Ready with the question? Is it the 8th March? Is it the 4th March? Is it the 20th November? The questions. There are 7 questions for you to answer. We're going to start. Let's see. 5 have answers. 5 out of International Women's Day IWD 20. And don't worry, you have 60 seconds. So 40, 38, 37. So we're counting down the time until it has been declared as the International. We have the time now. We're waiting for everybody to answer. You have your time. Don't you worry. Let's try. We wait for you. What date has been declared as the International Women's Day? Is it the 23rd June? Is it the 8th March? Is it the 20th November? Or is it 4th March? 5 out of 16 I have answered. And don't worry, don't give up on me yet. Come on, 4 more, 3 more, 3 more, 3 more. We'll wait for you. Okay, 17, 18, good, thank you. 2 more, 2 of you. Time done. And the winner is, well, the blue is the winner. 15 scored it right, 2 scored it wrong on the red, 2 scored it wrong on the green. So who are the lucky ones? Let's see your marks. So here appeared 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The famous 5. So Mas Semarang scored the highest with 945. Congratulations, Mas Semarang. So ready? Let's go to the second question. Question number 2. What is the theme for this year International Women's Day 2021? What is the theme for this year International Women's Day 2021? Is it choose to challenge? Is it balance for better? Is it each for equal? Is it press for progress? Congratulations. 2 have answered. 3 have answered. Good. You still have time, not to worry. 40 seconds round. 4 have answered. Let's try. Google it. Let's try. Google it. You have so many devices. Just check. Ask your family members what is the theme. Just ask them. I don't mind if you copying. It's okay. It's online. Nobody knows you are copying. So please check. And let's not waste the marks. Okay? We have e-vouchers waiting for you. You can go to Shopee or Lazada in Malaysia or anywhere else. Not to worry. 40 seconds. 14 have answered. 10 more seconds. Try. 8 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. So the answer isn't right. Choose to challenge. So 12 got it right, but 5 got it wrong. So who was the fastest and the most accurate? Let's see. Is it still Mas Semarang? Oh, Liz Malaysia has brought her scores to be higher. Welcome, and congratulations to Liz for the second question. Okay. Third question. Ready? There you go. Quiz number 3. From the 17th United Nations Sustainability Development Goal UNSDG, which is related to women. Oh, you see, those are the 17 logos for the UNSDG. One of them is about women. So which one is that? Is it the red? Inclusive and equitable quality education? Is it the brown? Strengthen and revitalize global partnership? Is it the blue? Or is it the green? 5 has answered. Okay, 35 more seconds. Don't you give up on me. I'm not giving up on you, so don't you dare giving up on me. 29 seconds. 28, 26. We have some more time. Come on, guys. Something maybe sound like women, so maybe that's the answer. It's not hard. You know, something like women. Is there any women there? That's the key word. So that one will be the potential answer for you. 8 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Done. Oh, so you see the women word. So it was the green one. Thank you. Congratulations. And the other 2, not to worry. Let's try to see where you are now. Is it still Mas Semarang and Liz? Oh, Zach has gone up higher, 2594. If only this is the real money, but these are just points. I'm sorry, guys. 2,594. That's your score, Zach. Congratulations. And let's go next. Ready for the 4th question. The green one. How many Asian countries are part of Asian Federation of Engineering Organization, short form AFIO? How many? Okay, ask your family members. Time, AFIO, how many countries? Just go and ask them. Let's not waste the opportunity. We have 5 answers so far. We are waiting for the other 50. Just let's go next. Ready? Google. Mr. Google is very friendly. He will answer everything that you want. Don't you give up on him. Don't you give up on me. How many Asian countries are in AFIO? Of course, it will be Asian, right? It will not be going to Europe or New Zealand, Australia. So 10 has answered. You have 20 seconds. 19, 18, 17, 16. Come on, don't give up on me. Try. Could it be 7? Could it be 8? Could it be 9? Could it be 10? If you don't don't know, you just close your eyes and click a color. My favorite color is green. Okay, voila, pick a green. It can be as simple as that. 15 have answered. Oh, there you go. So 5 got it right. So it's a bit hard, isn't it? So it's 10. 10 are the countries of AFIO members. So let's see who are the fastest and the most accurate. Voila. Is it Zach? Oh, Zach, you are still there. Well done, Mr. Zach. I'll give you 3,000 ringgit, 3,545 points, score points, gold chips point, whatever that Kahoot gives lah. Okay, let's go. Let's find Zach, everybody. We don't want Zach to be up there all the time. Yeah, sorry, Zach. Let's see. Let's end. MG, MK, MY. So let's try our luck. We have 3 more questions. Okay, next question. Question number 5. The question is, what does STEM stand for? STEM. It's not the stamp on the postage, okay? It's not that stamp. This is STEM. So, but be careful. These are so close together. Oh, which one is it? Okay, open your eyes big. Find the answers. It must be there somewhere. But which one is it? They are so close together. We like to make tough question from a simple question. That's what we do. 33 seconds. Don't you give up on me. 12 have answered. Okay, a little bit more. 8 more. I'm waiting for you. Don't you worry. We have time. Calm down. Okay, 17. Okay, 3 more. Are you there? The other 3. Calm down. Don't give up. Or like school, you just click on one clue. Okay, pick your favorite color today. I think it's red. Okay, maybe it's red. 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, done. So you saw the blue. Yeah, the blue. STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Okay, well done. To the brown and green, don't you worry about your wrong answers. Okay, is it Zach? Zach is still there. Oh, Zach, you got 4,393. Come on, Liz. Come on, Raina. Come on, whoever down there. Let's fight Zach. I'm very sure Zach doesn't like me so much now. But it's okay. We keep the momentum dynamic because it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay, I'm going to wake you up. So ready? We have 2 more questions. Don't you give up on me. Okay, ready? Question number 6. These 2 questions are about people. And we put down their names, okay? So you will see weird names. It's not English names, so read the question properly. But it's about these 2 celebrities. Who are they? Question number 6. Ada Lovelace. Ada Lovelace is an English mathematician and writer. And she is also known as, what could she be? She is so lovely. An English mathematician and a writer. So could she be the first lady scientist? Could she be the first computer programmer? Ada Lovelace. Could she be the first lady engineer like us, among us today? Could she be the first mechanic who just like to repair things? 5 has answered. Ask Mr. Google. Don't you give up on Google. Google always give you what you want to know. Sorry about that. 9 have answered. Ada Lovelace. Who is Ada Lovelace? So that is the portrait, the paint that people made for her. So she was once upon a time a celebrity. And now she is in the history, and forever we will remember her for something she did great. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, done. Okay. What is it? Brown. So she was the first computer programmer. Wow, that time, you see, she already knows with the codes, and she is so smart. We were so proud of her, right? We were very proud of her. Okay, last question, last one, then you don't see me anymore. Last question is also about a celebrity, and we're going to also mention her name, and then you see the question and pick an answer from there. Question number 7. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention about the marks. Zach, you are also awesome, Zach. 5,278. These Zach and Liz, they are closely together, don't you see? Okay, so Zach is there. Let's see the last question, whether you can defeat Zach or Zach will keep the championship. Last question is about a person celebrity as well. Okay, go. Question number 7. Malala Yousafzai, from where, is a Nobel Peace Prize winner who fights against the right of children education. Oh, she's so gorgeous, so calm. Look at her, so peaceful. No wonder she got the Nobel Peace Prize. Look at her. When you look at her, you feel so cool, isn't it? So, who is she and where is she from? Is she from India, Afghanistan, Sri Lanka, or Pakistan? Okay, Google again. Look at that, what she said. I said to myself, Malala, you must be brave. You must not be afraid of anyone. And you are only trying to get an education. So 24 seconds, 23, 22, 21, 21, 18, 17, 16. Okay, come on, don't give up on me yet. Just Google her, you will find where she's from. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Voila! Okay, and the answer is Pakistan. Coincidentally, Pakistan flag is also green. So the answer is green for Pakistan. Okay, let's see who are the winners. So my committees will be showing the podium. Okay, write down the winners. Wow, MG scored number 3. Zack got number 2. And who is this lucky number 1? Ding, 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 ding. Liz Malaysia, look at that. It's dancing. It's dancing. So that's the winner. Okay, so congratulations to Liz from Malaysia. Zach from where, I'm not so sure from where you are, but congratulations to you. And MG, congratulations to you. I'm not so sure where you are from. I think my committee will be tracking you back because you did not put the country. Okay, so that is what Kahoot. The game is Kahoot. It's about accuracy and it's about time. I hope you have a great time. 7 questions today on this great International Women's Day celebration. Today from here, I am in Perak, Malaysia. Going back to you, Mr. Dr. Rahmat Iskandar Khairul Shazib. Thank you so much and have a good day, everyone.
Thank you very much, Associate Professor Dr. Insinyur Zahira Nizar, for that Kahoot quiz. Well, we are having some echoes here. Now, who said engineers were all about calculations and management of solids and what have you, or wastewater? With the right passion, with the right training, we can also manage quizzes like this, indeed, carrying out performing arts, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. So with that, so again, thank you to Associate Professor Dr. Zahira Nizar. Next, we have the results of the photo competition, ladies and gentlemen. The results of the photo competition. I hope all of you are waiting for these particular results and to announce them. We have back on stage Insinyur Rusnida Tolib of IEM to announce the winners of the photo competition. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have her announce it. Over to you, Insinyur.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Rahmat. Okay, now this is the time that we are going to announce the winners of the photo competition for this event, today's event. Okay, actually we will be picking two winners from each country. Okay, let me see. Do we have the slides now of the winners? Okay, first of all, congratulations to all those whoever had entered the photo competition. Okay, so okay, now we have it. Congratulations to Miss Hazirah Abdul Aziz. Okay, so you are the winners from Malaysia, and another one, our winner from Malaysia is Miranda Lidwinatan. Okay, as you can see on the screen, congratulations, you are the winners from Malaysia. Okay, now we have another winners from another country. Okay, from Indonesia. We have Chandra Hera. Congratulations to Chandra, you are the winner from Indonesia. Next, do we have any other winners from another country? Okay, from Vietnam. Okay, now from Vietnam, congratulations to, oh, this is their IG names. Okay, how do I pronounce it? NHA through underscore Amber. Okay, so congratulations to both of them from Vietnam. You won the photo contest also. Okay, any other winners from another country? Okay, we have one. Congratulations to Miss Sailor Just 25. Okay, congratulations to from Sailor Just 25 from Singapore. Okay, next. Okay, that's all. Okay, congratulations to all 4 countries, Singapore, Indonesia, Vietnam and Malaysia. For those who has already joined our photo contest, thank you very much. Congratulations, and the secretariat will keep in touch with all the winners. Okay, back to you, Dr. Ahmad.
Thank you, Senior. Before we actually move on, we have received a lot of well wishes sent in by viewers and, of course, the well wishers themselves. So, ladies and gentlemen, now let us just listen to some of the wishes that have been sent to us. Let's play the montage. Thank you so much, especially to our viewers and our well wishers. It is good to know that we have good, solid backup and support from so many of you out there. Indeed, let us work together to ensure that we keep populating the human capital pipeline for engineers, because we definitely need more of them. We don't know what are the new challenges that will come about, perhaps in like the pandemic, good Lord forbid, but we have to be ready. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let us move on to the closing speech for the event today. For now, rather for that, we would like to invite IR Insinyur Ibu Hatifah Saifuddin to deliver that speech. Ibu, the floor is yours. Ibu, can you hear us? The floor is yours. Yes, dipersilakan, Ibu.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ahmad. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I hope you are all safe and healthy.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
The floor is yours.
Yeah, I'm delivering my speech. Can you hear me? Yeah, thank you very much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I hope you are all safe and healthy. Ms. Rusnida Talib, as the chair lady of Women Engineers Section, Institution of Engineers Malaysia, along with all IEM members. Ms. Sri Hidayati, as Vice Chair Lady of Indonesian Women Engineers Forum, Institution of Engineers Indonesia, or FPIPII, and all the members. I saw Gianina, Andri, Ruri at the studio. All of the representatives from women engineers of AVEO, Puja, FUSTA, IES, EIT, PTC, BEC, FET-MAS, LUCEA, our distinguished speaker, Ms. Retno Martani and Putri Sri Nordiana, and our MC and moderators, Mr. Rahmat, Ms. Mah, and Ms. Sri, all the participants from all over Southeast Asia. Thank you very much for your participation during our International Women's Day celebration 2020. This year, our theme is Women in Leadership, Achieving an Equal Future in the COVID-19 World. We understand that after the COVID-19 hit globally, our world will never be the same. We are facing a pandemic that we had never previously anticipated and prepared for. We realize that this pandemic situation puts pressure on all aspects of our lives, especially for women and children. And to overcome this, we need to create a good and effective collaboration. So both of our speakers today have set a good examples of women leadership, especially in engineering world. This contribution is very much needed, knowing that women make up to about 50% of the world population. So undermining their potential will be a great loss for humanity. Therefore, it is our role together as a society to do everything we can, hand in hand, in order to create an environment that could make them thrive. I would also like to thank our partner IEM for the good collaboration in creating this program. So in this era, cross-nation collaboration is very vital in achieving our common goals. So there are so many things that we can achieve together that would not be possible otherwise. So I hope this will be a good starting point for our new next meaningful collaboration together. We are also looking forward to work together with other AFEO members and bring much more impact to this work. Again, thank you very much. And I hope today's talk show and this year Women's Day celebration would inspire us all to rise up again the very great challenge that we are facing right now and help each other along the way. Together, we can make this world a better world. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Assalamualaikum. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much, Insinyur Ibu Hatifah, for that lovely speech, reminding us that we work together to make sure that the future will be brighter. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we actually end our program today, let us view the proper montage of the wishes from the viewers and the well-wishers out there. So now let us have that running on screen.
Happy International Women's Day from Indonesia.
Happy International Women's Day 2021 to all IEM women engineers and to all women. I take this opportunity to thank you and congratulate you for making such a big difference to IEM, to society, and the nation. Here is a quote to all strong women. May we know them. May we be them. May we adopt them. Thank you and happy International Women's Day.
Ladies, happy International Women's Day 2021.
On the occasion of International Women's Day and the ASEAN Women Engineering Day, we, the beautiful Busta lady, we wish you stay safe, stay strong, beautiful, powerful, successful, and be happy.
Sawadee. We will
challenge,
solutional,
at expectation.
choose to challenge with us. Happy
International
Women's
Day
2021.
Hi, happy International Women's Day to all women ASEAN engineers. Stay safe and all the best.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, all of the webinar participants. I'm Tati Mengko, Professor on Biomedical Engineering at Institut Teknologi Bandung in Indonesia, and I've been lecturing since 1977. In this very good occasion, let me first congratulate all of us by saying Happy International Women's Day. Nowadays, we witness a great development of work as a number of women involved in engineering field continues to grow. With more women involved, I believe that our future will be bright. To engineer a better society, we need people of different gender, races, and background to solving our problems. So lastly, we all have to believe that the person we become is the person we desire to be. Have a fruitful discussion. Thank you.
With that, thank you very much to our well-wishers from all over ASEAN, especially from AFEO. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the program. We would like to record our sincerest thanks to the Institution of Engineer Malaysia's Women Engineers section, and of course to the Forum Perempuan Insinyur of the Persatuan Insinyur Indonesia, especially to the chairpersons Insinyur Rusdida Talib of IEM, as well as Insinyur Ibu Hetifah Saifuddin of PII, our moderators, IR Mas Yukian, as well as IR Sri Hidayati, and our guest speakers, IR Retno Nartani of Golden Energy Mines, as well as Puan Putri Sri Nordiana of Air Asia Berhad. Ladies and gentlemen, we also would like to thank the AFIO for supporting this particular event, as well as recording our appreciation to STEM for All Makerspace for supporting or hosting this particular broadcast, as well as the MAKRI, the Malaysian Association of Creativity and Innovation. With that, ladies and gentlemen, it's thank you and goodbye from us over here in Malaysia from IEM.
Of Engineers Malaysia, we would like to say Happy International Women's Day 2021. Bye.
Happy International Women's Day. Happy International Women's Day.
Happy International Women's Day.
Thank you to FPI, PII as well.
See ya. Thank you.
Thank you, Ibu.